And it goes a little something like
they get to play around with some glitters and colors, yet keep the makeup look very simple and soft. So I did a very close-up research of this particular picture, and I see she has a very soft looking base, which is so flawless and very seamless. And also there is a little bit of Photoshop, but it's okay. But I'm gonna try and create to make my base as flawless, as seamless possible humanly. We all know if you have makeup on your face, it does not look like this. If you are gonna meet someone in person and you have makeup on, that person can tell you have makeup on your face. So yeah, but yes, we're still gonna try to make it very flawless. Also, don't mind this red mark. It's not a pimple, it's just a patch. I don't know, for some reason my skin today is very irritated and I have so much of redness around, if you can see. But we're gonna cover all of these and it's going to go away. I'm using my very favorite Pond's moisturizer. This is a Pond's light moisturizer, non-oily, fresh feel. Okay, here I'm just using some generous amount of my moisturizer because to create that soft looking base you must hydrate your skin well, and I'm usually a very oily skin type, but during the winters I do get a little dry and dehydrated. Once your moisturizer is done, you are supposed to wait for some time and let that moisturizer sink into your skin, but I'm just too impatient to do that. If you have the patience and time, go for it. So I'm quickly gonna move to my primer. I'm using this Bella Voste primer. You get this on purple. The links will be down mentioned in the description. You can check it out. I should have put it on my face. This is just a wastage. I don't wear like a lot of primer. It's just recently that I've started using a primer. Earlier I did not like wear primer for every single time I used to put on makeup, and all these primers are pore filling. That means it can also clog your pore and that can lead to breakouts. I have been a pimple queen in my teenage days and I do not want to like invite that time back, so I try to avoid things that are like prone to breakout. Just filling in my brows, the usual brow routine that I do. For that I'm using Colourpop's brow gel in the shade black and brown, and I'm also using a flat angle brush by beige Cosmetics to fill in all the gaps in between my brows. Now that I'm editing, I see my brows are not evenly filled, but it does come together at the end of the makeup look, so just don't get triggered by that, okay? I'm using a tape to do my eyes. Since I'm doing Kylie Jenner's makeup look, I have to be, pretty clean and detailed because our makeup artists do a great job, such a great job on her every single time. And that is why I do not want to mess up and I'm taking the help of a tape. I usually don't do tapes before, eyeshadows, but for this look, I really want to go correct on it. Stick those tapes starting from the end of your outer corner and pointing it towards the end of your eyebrow, and make sure like both the sides are pretty equal, because what is the point of putting a tape if your eyeliner is gonna come out looking uneven, Here I'm just using a concealer to clean my brows. I'm using this concealer by Too Faced. It is in the shade Warm Beige. Now this is not exactly my concealer shade. Concealers are supposed to be a little brightening. I don't think the camera is picking up the color right because it's extremely warm in person, and it has this goldeny mustard hue to it, which the camera is clearly not picking up. You see, this is exactly what happened to me when I was going through a numerous number of reviews and swatches of this concealer on YouTube before making a purchase. The camera just doesn't pick out the true color, and that's how I ended up on the wrong shade. And I can't return it, so I've gotta keep it, make use of it, and it's super expensive. I cannot throw it away. I'm gonna use a beauty blender. This is a brand new beauty blender. So I'm applying this bright pink color into my inner eyelid and blending it outwards. mostly keeping it concentrated in the inner eyelid. It's looking too pale, but no worries. I am gonna bronze, so I'll bring back all the color in. If you like this eyeshadow palette, so I'll link it down in the description. It's from an Instagram page which sells authentic makeup. I got it from there. You also get this on Amazon, but I wouldn't suggest getting it because it's not the authentic one. I think it's the first copy and it does not have great reviews, so I'm not gonna link the an Amazon one. If you like, you can check out the Instagram one. That's where I got it, or you can also get it from the official website, which is the Ucanbe website. For bronzing my face today, I'm using this palette by London Revolution. It's a pretty big palette. It has bronze shade, blush shades, and also a lot of highlighter shades. And this is the palette I'm gonna use for everything. Okay, for bronzing, my favorite shade to bronze is this. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on the lashes because I noticed she has really long lashes towards the end and short lashes in the inner corner. I presently do not have a lash like that, so what I did is, I see this makes a lot of difference when you cut your lash into half. So this is a pair of lash that I have. I was initially gonna use this one by Huda Beauty. This one by Huda Beauty. It's in the style Shasha. Super expensive eyelash. I don't want to cut it and not like mess it up, so I went for like a cheaper lash, and this is from Shein, by the way. So I cut it into half, and I'm just gonna stick this towards the end, and that'll give me, this will make this one, it's one of my favorite highlighter shades.